All right, somebody asked Papa what a carnivore diet is. You've heard of a low carb diet. Carnivore diet is a zero carb diet. That means you eat absolutely no carbohydrates. You are eating meat and meat alone. That's it. Now, there are varying levels of strictness to the carnivore diet, and what level of strictness should you apply depends on what your goals are. It's so easy to lose weight on the carnivore diet for several reasons. Number one, you're dropping a crap ton of water. Carbohydrates absorb water. Think of it like a sponge, right? So when you pour water on a sponge, it gets really heavy. That's what carbs do to your body. Being carb free or zero carb or low carb, it's almost as if you're using a water resistant rag. You pour water on it and it just drops right off. It stays light. So your body naturally will drop water weight when you go on a low carb or no carb diet. A lot of weight moves, but not all of it is fat. Another reason why people lose weight so much on carnivore diet is that pretty much there's no snacking involved. When all you can eat is meat, it's pretty hard to find things to snack in between meals. A third reason why carnivore diet leads to a lot of weight loss is that you're eating pure protein and fats, and those are the two most satiating or filling macronutrients in the body. Think about it. You can destroy like 2 or 3 bags of potato chips, no problem. Try and have 3 or 4 like steaks in a row or 3 or 4 chicken breasts. Very hard to do. That's another big reason you tend to eat less because you get filled up quicker and you stay full for a lot longer. Another reason why the carnivore diet helps you lose weight is you're eliminating an entire macronutrient. There's only 3 kinds of macronutrients that carry calories: proteins, fats, and carbs. When 1 out of 3 of those are completely eliminated, obviously you're going to be in a calorie deficit, or it's a lot easier to be in a calorie deficit. What type of carnivore diet should you choose? It really depends, once again, on your goals. If you're just trying to lose weight, there's no need to really be that extreme. For example, when Papa goes on a weight loss carnivore diet, Papa drinks diet sodas because they're 0 calorie. He has a little bit of dairy in there. Now, if you're going on carnivore diet because you have an autoimmune condition or you have skin problems or there's something very specific, you're trying to heal your gut, you might want to be a lot more strict. I definitely recommend just doing the meats. Try and even like limit the seasonings that you use just in case your body has a reaction. So I would probably go with salt only for the seasonings. And then I'm talking chicken, fish, beef, or lamb. I would not recommend probably eggs if you're doing it for healing because some people do have allergic reactions to eggs. Definitely not dairy. Not everyone loses weight on the carnivore diet. Why is that? Because of the dairy. I think sometimes that dairy, it's a lot easier to eat. And people end up eating like a whole stick of butter, which is really fattening, or lots of cheddar cheese, which tastes a lot easier. So a lot of those positive points of carnivore, of eating like a pure fat and protein diet, they disappear. The best way if you're going to incorporate dairy and weight loss as your goal is just to have it as like a little mini side, like a seasoning on top or something. Don't make it be like a big portion of your meal. What are things that you can expect with carnivore diet? Here's a few things that I've noticed personally on a personal level. My sleep is crazy improved. I have deep sleep. And I get like vivid dreams, sometimes kind of nightmares, but it's kind of nice. If I sleep 5-6 hours, I feel like I've rested like crazy versus when I'm eating normal foods, I could sleep like 6 or 7 hours and I feel like I haven't gotten any sleep. I love that part of carnivore diet. Your appetite disappears. You end up like fasting by accident because you're full the whole day and you don't really have anything to look forward to. So, you're less likely to eat out of boredom. You gain a lot more time in the day because the fact that your menu is so limited, you're not thinking about food, shopping for food. You actually can be a lot more productive. You save a lot of money. You'd be surprised at how much money you spend on little snacks and sides and things like that. So even expensive steaks, if you buy it in bulk because you're going to eat a whole bunch of them, it ends up being way cheaper and you're not going to the shops as often because you could just freeze them. So like you save on petrol or gas money. I mean, there's so many other savings that you can get from doing a carnivore diet. You will lose weight, both fat and water. Now, with Papa, I noticed my joint pain improves a lot too because a big side effect of going low carb, and this is keto and carnivore, is that you get reduced inflammation. So if you have any inflammation in your body, it will definitely get a lot better because you're being very restrictive with your food. The lighter weight also helps with the joint pain for Papa because, I've got knee injuries, lower back injuries, so it's a big reason why I do it too. Now, there's a couple of negative side effects for sure. My energy is really low, so despite feeling really full and eating a lot, I still feel like I have very low energy. Now, Papa's only done short-term carnivore diet. I have a feeling if you go for a longer-term approach, 30 plus days, your body will adapt and probably your energy will pick right back up. Carbs are the only macronutrient that aren't essential to living. You can actually go the rest of your life without eating a single carb. Fat and protein, you will eventually die. They are essential for your body to live. Probably the bathroom situation will vary. I actually have zero issues with this, but I've heard of people who get either diarrhea and or constipation. It's something that takes probably a few weeks for some people to adjust to. Once again, Papa's kind of lucky. That's never really been a huge issue for me. And then there's the social element of it. When you're on carnivore diet, it is a little bit harder, especially us Arabs. We like to eat a lot of, you get salads with every meal, and people look at you weird like you're crazy. Like, what? You're not going to eat a salad? You're not going to. There's a big misconception that you won't get enough vitamins. Actually, red meat has a crazy amount of vitamins in it. If you're adding eggs to the carnivore diet, especially the yolks, dear God, it's like gold. There's like protein, like thousands of different vitamins. I think the only like mineral or vitamin that you really miss on carnivore is that you're going to have maybe a little bit of calcium supplemented. So if you just do a one-a-day supplement, you'll probably be fine. Something else to look out for on carnivore diet, you're going to pee out all your electrolytes. Because you're shedding water like crazy, you're going to have to extremely up the intake of your salt. Because when you pee, there's things called electrolytes in there that help you keep your energy. So a lot of people get headaches and feel really, really weak on carnivore. It's because they're not hydrated properly. So you either have to eat a lot more salt, or you need to start drinking an electrolyte mix, which is usually just a little bit of salt, or you can put potassium chloride mixed with Himalaya salt together. Just 1 teaspoon of that to like 1 liter of water. It should be enough. Add some more later in the day if you're starting to feel low in energy too. That way, when you're drinking water, you're actually retaining that water and not just peeing out the electrolytes. So you could be drinking all day long, but if your electrolytes are coming out of your urine, like, you're not going to get the benefits of hydration, if that makes sense. Overall, I think it's a really good short-term diet plan. I do it all the time as a nice cleanup diet. It's simple, it's straightforward, it's guaranteed to work. Is it a lifetime thing? I doubt it. I think only if you have a certain condition where you're just going to have to suffer with that, because the consequences of not eating like that are even worse. You can't live at all a normal life. Then maybe. If not, I think it's fine just to use it as a cleanup diet. And you can do like the dirtivore like Papa does. So I'll still drink diet sodas. I'll have some cheese every now and then. Just something nice about seeing immediate progress, not having to count calories, because you don't have to count calories hardly at all on carnivore, because like, your body stops you from overeating. It's actually really quite good. Anyway, I hope that kind of gives you an explanation. Quick summary: what can you eat on carnivore diet? Beef, chicken, lamb, goat, fish, eggs. How do you cook it? You don't use oil. You cook it either in butter, ghee. What kind of seasonings? Pretty much anything without sugar in it. So most seasonings except sugar will work on carnivore diet. What can you drink? Black coffee if you're not being a purist. Tea without sugar or with sweetener. Diet Cokes if you're really not going crazy like Papa does. Avoid dairy. If you gotta have some dairy, heavy cream or like hard cheeses, not the fake stuff. And it has to be full fat, because then there's less or really very little carbs to that. Does that make sense? Is that a good summary? All right, Papa loves you all.